Hey Gardner, Katie here, growing in Kansas Zone 6B, and today is Sunday, March 1st, which marks 2 weeks since we started some seeds together, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's been going on. I have good news, and I have bad news, so come on dude, let's grow. Let's have a drink. The last 2 weeks has been a lot. I don't know if anybody pays attention to the news. I unfortunately do, and it's been a lot. A lot. I am also a very distracted mother of 4. One is about to leave for college. My youngest 2 are about to be in high school. I'm struggling with them growing up. I also have a job that demands 50, 55, sometimes 60 hours a week. I've had a lot of distractions. So some of these seedlings were not well taken care of. Some of them got lucky. So don't judge me for the bad ones. Okay, so all that to say is just that I'm distracted and not doing a great job starting off my 2026 season. But when it gets rough like this and I can't be outside, this is where I come to unwind and connect with nature and myself. And I sincerely hope that if the news in your life and all the things that are affecting me are affecting you the same way, that you have someone to talk to or an outlet. Let it be plants or wine. No, not wine. Plants. Plants is better. Let me show you what I got going on. Okay, I figure I would start with the bad. Just get it out of the way. Here is the stalk that we started together. I have no idea what happened. Germination was really bad. As you can see, I have a bit of an algae problem. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. One is growing in between the blocks. I will be restarting a tray of stock. This was an epic fail. The one I don't know how to say, this one, the Salpiglossus, that's how I say it. It's absolutely gorgeous. You germinate those in the dark. So I had them over here in the corner of my room with a cover on them, so they'd be in the darkness. Of course, you know, as we've established, I was distracted. Checked on them one day. They had sprouted. They were reaching for the light, and they look like this. I put them under the grow lights over here, hoping that there would be one in there that would germinate that isn't reaching and leggy like this, but there's not. This was a total loss, and I'm gonna start over. I think I have like 5 or 6 seeds I can start again, but because they're so leggy like this, they're not gonna do well. So this was another loss. Salpiglossus. Oh, I'm so sorry, little guys. Okay, this one crushes my soul a little bit to talk about. Lisianthus. I am going to call them a fail this year. There's one day of my job every year that I have to work a long day. It's just a thing that I do at work annually. I worked 16 hours that day and forgot to water them. And when they're in these little 3/4 inch soil blocks, they dry out super quick. I didn't water them that night, and a lot of them, as you can see, this whole entire tray is gone. The rest of the trays look a little bit like this, where there's still some, but a lot of them perished under my watch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. The 6th was a complete loss. So, I mean, there's some, and I need to pot them up into bigger seed or cell trays. So we'll see how many we end up with, but I'm calling this a fail. I let the little guys down. These little soil blocks, you have to water daily, or this is what happens. And Lisianthus is one of my top 5 favorite flowers, and I'm crushed that I messed that up. We'll try again next year. What's next? What other fails are there? Oh, okay, here we go. Remember the seeds we started in the paper towels were bells of Ireland and sweet peas. The paper towel method works amazingly, but what I did was left them on the countertop and walked away. Of course, I kept them watered as I kept coming down here, but here are the sweet peas reaching for the sky. And as you can see, there is mold and yuckiness in there. I'm just going to call this a loss. I feel like pulling these out of here and trying to plant them is just not going to be a great idea. Sweet peas don't, well, any pea in general doesn't really like their roots disturbed. So I'm just going to call this a loss. I still have some seeds. I'll try again. But what, I mean, God, Katie. And then the Bells of Ireland is a little bit better. I'm actually going to try to pot these up. You can see the roots growing through the paper towel. And here's what happens when they sprout. And they sprouted in like 3 days. I meant to film it and show it to you and didn't. But here's what they look like 2 weeks later, fighting for their lives inside a paper towel within a paper bag. Sorry, little guys. So I'm going to get these in a cell tray and hope that they're not too messed up. Okay, I think that is the worst of the worst. I don't know, maybe that's not so bad. 2 weeks of absolute distraction. Oh, my Lizzie Anthus. Oh, it's fine. Okay, so here's some wins. We started 3 trays of snapdragons together, and they are doing pretty good. I realize there's algae issues. This basement gets pretty warm and humid. Like the little Govee sensor temperature thing tells me it's like 72 in here. So I've been opening this window that you can see behind me. And right now it's 67, so that's much better. I need to open that window and kind of vent this room out better, but that's why the algae's in here. It just gets warm and kind of humid in here. But those snaps look great. You can look real close. The algae's not going to cause any problems. It just looks gross. And I have, it's over there, so yeah, I can see it. I have cinnamon that I will sprinkle on these. Kind of inhibits the growth of it. Another thing that did really well is the leeks. And you can see they are struggling right along here. Just go through every once in a while and kind of move them to strengthen them. But they're doing great. I didn't want a whole ton of these anyways. I'm trying them for the first time. But these are doing great. And along that same line, here are my onions. I like to put them in this big tub so they have lots of room to develop roots. And you can see they're coming right along. There's, so I can get in there where you can see, there's a bunch of little ones starting. So they're not done sprouting yet. I just keep misting the top so that the top layer doesn't dry out. Spit it out. These are doing pretty good. Those are the red ones. And these are the Elsa ones, the yellow onions. They're a little slower to start, but you can see there's some sprouting. So I ain't too mad about that. And then also, here are the peppers that I started early. They're looking a little struggly. All these dried things right here are their first, they call it cotyledon leaves. They're the ones that pop out very first before you get your true leaf. So it looks like they're dying, but it's just those cotyledon leaves falling off. Oh, I can't get it. But these need to be potted up ASAP. Like, should have already done it. I started these on January 4th to get a jump start on peppers. They need to be potted up and fed ASAP. Something that has done amazing is the status. We've got a bold color on this side and a pastel color on this side, and they are doing amazing. I'm super proud of these. I need to get these potted up pretty soon so you can see, if I don't tip them on me, you can see the roots developing underneath there. They need to be taken out and potted up. Also, something doing pretty dang good is the celery and lettuce. So as a reminder, I planted this lettuce over here just to pot up and grow indoors. These will not go outside. And then this side is the celery. And again, a little bit of algae, but they're going to be fine. They're super green, looking really healthy. What else? So there was a few things I potted up and put it, or not potted up, started and put in the fridge. Go away. Damn notifications. Okay, there was 4 things. One of them was chamomile. Chamomile? Oh! I got these little strawberry containers from the grocery store that we're using. Like I said, they were in the fridge for 2 weeks. I just got them out yesterday. Put them under the lights. Nothing's happening yet. So it's just, you know, dirt. So I just keep this lid on. Getting dirt everywhere. Just keep this lid on and put them under the light now. Also, we had a tray of lavender that I just sprinkled. Again, these are doing nothing. Pulled them out yesterday. They won't for, I think lavender takes like a couple weeks, up to 4 weeks to sprout. So I will just make sure that this top doesn't dry out. It's pretty friggin' wet. I hope that that's not going to be bad. Might have got the soil too wet, but we'll see. I'm just keeping this lid loosely on so a little bit of airflow can get in there because they're so wet, but I'll keep you posted on these. Again, I don't know if you've seen me talk about my other videos, but I want fields and rows of lavender. Don't know if you guys have seen Pepper Harrow's YouTube channel. If you haven't, check them out. Pepper Harrow. They're amazing. I love them. And they have my dream setup with the fields and fields of lavender. If your brain needs some beauty, go check out their channel. Okay, and then also columbine. We did 2 different kinds of columbine. The tequila sunrise and the leprechaun gold. And kind of the same thing. They just were in the fridge. I need to spritz the top. I'll do that right now. Just need to keep these from getting dried out. There. That's better. Did I get my wine? I did not. Okay. That's better. So these will just sit and wait and wait, and I see nothing, which makes sense. I just pulled them out of the fridge. So I'll just keep these under the light. I have the vent open because, again, they were kind of wet when I got them out. I think I got the soil way too moist when I put them in the fridge. And also, larkspur. I have never grown larkspur. This one's worrying me a little. You can see the little moldy spots. They were, I got my packet right here. Yeah, I more or less surface sown them. It says 1/8 inches deep. So, I mean, that's not very deep, but I'm afraid that the mold that I'm seeing is the seeds that molded. Again, I think I got the soil too wet when I put them in the fridge. Oh, gosh, got everywhere. So we'll keep an eye on these. Worst case, these can be direct sown, I think, from what I've read. I don't know. I'm a larkspur rookie. Anyways, we'll keep an eye on these. If they don't work, I've got plenty of other plants to grow, and I can try again next year, worst case. I also have the vent. See this cool little thing? I have it open to allow a little bit of airflow, so we'll see how these work. I almost forgot the ranunculus and anemones. The anemones have shown no growth, but the ranunculus has. I wanted to share that with you. I had all 4 trays. I have 2 trays of ranunculus and 2 trays of anemones. I had them down here on the floor in this room, but since it was 70 degrees in here, 72, that's too much for anemones and ranunculus. They need like 50 to 60. So I moved them to the garage where it's quite a bit colder. My Govee temperature thermometer thingy out there, the battery died, so I have no idea what temperature it is. I just know it's a lot cooler than in this room. But I noticed yesterday we have growth. Look at this little guy right there. He's doing pretty good. And there's a couple other places. I don't know if you can see. How do I? Right here. Yeah, there we go. Right there is growing. And then there's this one over here. Some green growth right there. So this is super exciting. I just need to, I'm going to put these on the light now. I just need to keep an eye on the other trays now that they're in the garage. I don't see anything else, so. Oh, no. That's nothing. Okay, so these will go on the light now, but I love ranunculus and they're starting. Happy birthday. And I'll keep you posted on the other 3 trays. Hopefully they will show some signs of life soon. And I hope I didn't screw them up by being in here in the 70-degree weather or temperature. Okay, I think that's it for the updates on the seeds we started together. Now, I'm probably just gonna go in silent mode and do this all without talking, but I have several seeds to start. There's rosemary, oregano, more lettuce for outside, kohlrabi, which wasn't on my original plan, but whatever, that's what I do. Eggplant, chives, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, artichoke, which artichoke I should have started in January. I have no idea how I missed that on my spreadsheet. Again, distracted. I live in a world of distraction. Arugula, Dusty Miller, dahlia seeds, blue plurum. I'm going to start some Persian cress. It's a filler flower for bouquets. German winter thyme to eat. Creeping thyme for our walkway paths. We want to try to eliminate some grass. Look at this packet. It's monstrous. And then I'm excited. I'm going to start some tomatoes. It's way too early to be starting tomatoes, but these are determinate tomatoes, which means they only grow to a determined height, put out all the fruit, and then they're done. So I wanted to start a couple early ones and baby them along to hopefully get some early tomatoes. I have gotten tomatoes planted this way in early May before, so that's what we're going to do. Spring is coming early this year, I think. We have the garlic is going crazy outside. I couldn't get outside to take any video today because it was like 33 degrees and icy, snowy, rainy. Yesterday was 78 degrees and today was 33. So that's Kansas for you. Daffodils. We've got daffodils coming up. My tulips are coming up. I wasn't expecting that. So I hope they're going to be okay. But spring is here. I'm pretty sure I saw from the window an asparagus fern starting. Don't quote me on that. I need to get outside to check, and I will tomorrow. But spring is coming, so I'm almost kind of bumping up some of my seed starting based on what the weather is doing. You kind of got to listen to Mother Nature. Not everything's black and white and plotted out on a spreadsheet. So I'm pivoting, listening to Mother Nature, and I'm going to start a bunch of seeds. So I'm just going to turn on some music and get some of these seeds started. Okay, we got a ton of stuff started. I got my hands dirty. It was nice. I have to pee, so. And I got dirt in my wine. Gross. So that is it for today. We'll check back in on these seeds in a couple of weeks, and I hope you guys are doing okay. I will see you on the next one. Later.